Hi peeps, I'm back. I'm just here to give you guys an update about how I'm doing and to also do a video in honor of Infertility Awareness Week. I see a lot of people that I follow on YouTube are doing this, and figured I should too. Put myself out there and let you guys know, give you a refresher of my story. So, I never wanted to be a young mom. I knew this from the start because my mom was a teen mom, and one of my sisters was also a teen mom, and I just didn't want that life for myself. I wanted to try different things, go to college, travel, get married, all that stuff. And so I knew that I would probably start trying for a baby in my mid 20s or later. And I was okay with that. So I met my husband when I was 13, 7th grade, and 8th grade actually, and we became close friends and everything like that. And we eventually started dating when I was 15 and he was 16, so that was 10th grade in 2002, and got married, lived life together, got jobs together, moved to Rhode Island together. And guys, don't mind, I have like blue in my glasses. It's like an anti-glare. I'm getting new ones. So excited about that. But anyway, yeah, we went to college together in Rhode Island. We did life together. We traveled, went to Cancun, we went to Florida, we went to Virginia, all these different places. So I wanted to continue traveling. And when I was 25, I was thinking, I got baby fever, and I was still at this job that I didn't like. I wasn't happy there. I knew I wanted to switch locations. So the timing wasn't right. I was just like, you know what? I don't want to try for a baby yet. I want to leave this job and hopefully get a new one. So I left that job and I was like, forget it. I can't do it. I left it without even having anything lined up. But it was nice to have that time off because I needed it so much, I mean. And so anyway, I left that job, and then finally we wanted to travel more, and I was just like, I don't want a baby anymore. I'd rather have a child by the time I'm 30. And that was legit. I was like, I want to have 2 kids by 30 for sure. So I was telling my husband that I wanted to start trying at 27. How naive, right? I want 2 kids by 30, so I want to be 27. We're going to get pregnant right away, have that baby, and then have another one, and I'll be 30 with my 2 kids, and then I'll be done, right? So that's what I wanted. So here we go. We renewed our vows. How old was I? Sorry, I'm trying to think. We renewed our vows for our 5-year anniversary, wedding anniversary, in 2014. So it'll be 3 years coming up that we renewed our vows. But we'll be making 9 years married in December. Anyway, so we renewed our vows, and then that's the time that I was like, I want to try for a baby this year. So that was in 2014, and I turned 27 in 2014. I turned 27. Right? I'm so slow right now. I'm so sorry. I'm tired, so don't mind me. But I'm thinking, oh wait, yeah, duh, I'm gonna be 30 in July. So anyway, yeah, I turned 27 until I'm 14. So my husband and I stopped. I was on birth control pills for years before that, so I stopped them. I stopped the birth control pills in May. We tried November of 2014, and we didn't get pregnant. And I was like, oh, it's all right. It's our first, time, whatever. So then we tried December of 2014, and I was like, this is our love month. I hope this happens, because that's the month that we got together. That's the month that we got married, And to my surprise, I actually became pregnant. And I just tried. That was just the second time trying, and bam, pregnant. And I was so happy. I didn't even want to wait to tell my family because I was just so excited, and I didn't think anything would happen, you know what I mean? I didn't think anything would happen. So we told my family right away, and then I went through the new year and everything, and unfortunately, at almost 6 weeks pregnant, I lost that baby. And it was the most devastating thing I ever went through in my life. January 8th, 2015. I'll never forget it. And I was so devastated. I felt like nothing was ever gonna get better. I was like, why did this happen? You know? So I went to the hospital, you know, and I told them I was having bleeding and everything like that, and then they confirmed that I lost the baby. And then I was devastated, and I was like, how soon can I try again? Because that's all I wanted to do was try for another baby. But then I was like, you know what? Forget this. I'm not gonna try for a baby. Forget it. Forget it, you know? I was too depressed. So then I didn't try for a baby that February, but then I wanted to try in March, of course, right? Because I wanted a baby so bad. And then we didn't get pregnant. So then I was like, you know what? Forget it. So then my husband and I decided for my 28th birthday to go to Cancun, you know, so that I can just have a good time and forget about everything that's happened in January, you know? And so we went to Cancun. But the weekend before we went to Cancun, I went out to a club with him and my sisters. I got drunk. Things happened. We baby danced accidentally because we weren't trying to, but it happens. I didn't even know when I was ovulating, when my period was going to come. I wasn't tracking anything because I honestly was not trying for a baby, and I didn't think I was going to get pregnant because I was trying all those months perfectly and I didn't. So I went to Cancun, had fun, partied, did all my stuff, and when I got back I found out that I was pregnant. And I was so happy and excited. I was like, oh my god, I'm pregnant, you know what I mean? We weren't even trying, and I got pregnant. I was so happy. And unfortunately, like a week later after that, I lost that baby too. And I was just like, this sucks. Life is over. What the fuck keeps happening? Why do I keep losing children? Why is this my life? So I had to go to a wedding, my best friend's wedding. I remember it was like 2 days or 3 days later. Pretend I was happy. I drank a shit ton because, hello, I'm gonna drown my problems and my sorrows. Got back to reality when the wedding was done, and there started my depression. So I decided to go to a doctor, check myself out. Why do I keep losing children? What the fuck is wrong with me? Sorry for my language. So I went to the doctor, and they did some tests to see if I had PCOS, to see what the hell was up with me. And the only thing that they can see was that my thyroid was out of whack, so I needed to be on medication for that. And my progesterone was super low. So I was like, okay, yay that, you know? So once I get on that medication, I'll be fine. So I was put on thyroid medication, and then progesterone, oral progesterone. It was only 50 per tablet. So I was put on that twice a day. And so they were like, try for 6 months, and if you don't get pregnant after 6 months, come back to us. So because they saw that I was 28 years old, I'm young, you know. So I was like, okay, can I try for 3 months? And then she was like, okay, you could do 3 months. So I tried 3 months straight, nothing happened. So then she did more tests, and then she saw that my prolactin level was very elevated. And she said they usually see that when people have like a cyst or a tumor in their pituitary gland and stuff like that. So I had to go for an MRI and to check my brain and to see if I had any issues. So they did find a small, tiny cyst on my pituitary gland. But my doctor didn't think that it was enough to cause any issues. So she was like, we're not going to put you on any medication for prolactin, nothing like that. We'll just keep you on everything you're on, right? So then, now it's 2015, right? So this is August of 2015. I try for a baby all this time. Nothing happens. Then it turns 2016, and I'm like, okay, this is our year. We're gonna get pregnant, we're gonna have baby, blah, 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 right? So 2016, the beginning of 2016, all of 2016, nothing happens. We finally go to a different doctor, and now it's what? Okay, yeah, we go to a different doctor, and the doctor's doing the different tests, all that stuff, checking my ovaries, transvaginal ultrasounds, all that fun, uncomfortable stuff. Blood work constantly. I had to be put on 75 now of thyroid medication, and amongst other things. And I was on metformin, and this was around October that I started being on metformin, and that was just to see if I can help me like ovulate, because I heard that it helped, so I just asked them for it. So me being on the metformin for that whole month of like September and the thyroid medication, I wound up being pregnant in November of 2016. So it took me like a whole year to get pregnant after I started using metformin. And so November 2016, I remember because it was Thanksgiving. I had Thanksgiving at my house with my family, and I had a positive pregnancy test, but I didn't want to tell them yet because I wanted to wait, you know, the whole time, because I've lost 2 before, so I was like, I'm waiting, you know. But I was so excited, you know. And I had my nephew that weekend, I'll never forget, because we were having such a good time, and I was actually having cravings, which is crazy to me because I was on the oral progesterone this whole time, and it was only 100 milligrams, you know. And so I was having a good weekend and stuff, and then out of nowhere, I remember it was like Sunday, which is 4 days, I was like almost 5 weeks, I started spotting. And I was like, why am I spotting if I'm on progesterone, you know? Like, you're not supposed to spot on progesterone, it's the saving grace. So I'm sorry that this video is super long, but bear with me. So I started spotting on progesterone again, and I ended up going to the doctor that Monday, and they were like, sorry, you're not pregnant, you had a miscarriage, it was like a chemical pregnancy or whatever. It's a miscarriage, bitch, you know what I mean? My period was late for a whole week. It was a miscarriage. Chemical pregnancies, you usually like, you see the line and then you start spotting like 2 days, you know what I mean, like a day later or something. But this was like a whole week. But I remember this day that they told me that it was a loss, because it was that Monday, and that Monday my best friend was going to check the baby's heartbeat of her pregnancy. She was 8 weeks, and she was checking the heartbeat of her pregnancy, and she showed me, I remember her texting me a picture of the baby, her first ultrasound, and that the heartbeat's great and all this stuff. And I just remember me breaking the fuck down and crying. And it sounds terrible, I know. It sounds so terrible because that's my best friend and everything like that. You have no clue. When you want a baby so badly, and you lost 2 of them, someone showing you their ultrasound picture when that could have been you, it just breaks you down. And that's exactly what happened to me. I broke down. I was super jealous. I was angry at God. I was like, why the fuck isn't it me? Why? So anyway, I eventually got over that because I lost the baby and there's nothing I can do about it. So we went ahead and we were prepping for the IUI. That's why I was so happy about getting pregnant in November, because we were going to do IUI in December. And I was like, ooh, I won't have to do IUI now. I don't have to stick myself with needles. Yeah, you know. So December came and we did the IUI. I had to inject myself with needles, Menopur, Follistim, the trigger shot, all that fun stuff. And we did the IUI, and it actually worked, but it ended up being a chemical pregnancy. I was pregnant for like 2 days. I was like, why is this my world? Why is this my world? Why is this my world? You know? And so I was just like, you know what? Forget this. I'm not trying anymore, blah, blah, blah. But then we eventually did try. I tried another IUI in February because I found out that I had 2 cysts in my ovaries in January due to the medication that I was taking. And so we tried again in February, and I did not get pregnant. And so that devastated the shit out of me, because I was supposed to find out if I was pregnant on Valentine's Day. So I was just like, you know what? Forget this. I'm not meant to be a mom. Everybody else is gonna be happy in life and be a mom. I'm not. But you don't understand, like, I didn't want to be a mom when I was younger But then when I was 27, I knew. I'm like, I want 2 kids by 30. I want to be a mom. I want to be a mom. And then losing kids does not help. I forgot to mention I also had a chemical pregnancy that August of 2015. I was pregnant for like 2 days. And I was like, what is happening to me, man? So anyway, so now here we are. After that devastating IUI not working, the second IUI not working, I took that one hard. Depressed forever, negative. I was so down. But then I decided, pick yourself up, girl, and just do you. You know what I mean? My husband and I always wanted to go to Ireland, so we decided, let's go to Ireland. Give myself a 6-month break. I didn't want to do that. It still hurts to do that. But I feel like it's necessary for me so that when I come back from Ireland, I can become stronger mentally, physically. I've been working out, been eating healthier, I've been doing my thing, and I'm living life and enjoying it. Infertility will take everything from you. It sucks the life out of you if you let it. You are so depressed, you're down, and you never know when you're going to be happy. And you feel like having a baby is the only thing that will make you happy. Because that's how I felt. I felt like being a mom was the only thing. And I had to be a mom or else I'm not going to be happy. But then I look around and I see the blessings that I have. I have my dog. He's my baby boy. I love him. I have my husband, who's my high school sweetheart. And I have my family and God by my side and my friends and you on YouTube. So I appreciate everything that I have. And it makes it so much easier to just go on and do me. Take a break. Sometimes that's what you need. It's scary because you're like trying for a baby for so long. Some of you have been trying for way longer than I have. But it's so hard. When you're so close but so far, it's hard. So I just want to give you guys some encouragement, some positivity. Don't give up. But if you need a break, take a break. Get answers, try new things. And here's the update now. So I decided to go to my doctor just to make sure that my thyroid is doing well. Because I'm on the medication and you always have to go, at least every 3 months or something, just to make sure that the medication's still working. So I went and they said that everything's good with my thyroid and that my prolactin levels are highly elevated. And so they recommended me to go to an endocrinologist, which I have the appointment May 12th. They want me to be on medication for prolactin to lower it. And now, this goes back to before, when I had to do that MRI back in 2015. It's like, why didn't you put me on that medication? My doctor expressed to me that my prolactin levels being elevated is what caused that, in conjunction with obviously my progesterone, is what caused the miscarriages. And before that, it was my thyroid. So she said that my body won't get pregnant because it thinks it's pregnant, because prolactin is what pregnant women release when they're lactating and everything like that. I'm not lactating, I don't have hair everywhere, but my levels are still highly elevated. So I have to go to the endocrinologist. I'm really praying that they give me the medication I need so that hopefully I can become pregnant when we do try again in October. I'll keep you guys posted with everything. Just know that I am here for you. I'm praying for you guys. Baby dust to everyone. Sticky dust to those who are pregnant. And be happy. Like, really allow yourself to be happy. Like, I didn't know what I was without being a mom. But I'm finding out who I am day by day. And I'm happy. So, thank you guys again for listening. Take care. God bless.